It's Blacklist Week, and I'd like to welcome Blacklist creator Franklin Leonard back to the show. Franklin, welcome.
Thanks for having me back.
Cool. All right, so the Blacklist has been around now. This is the 8th year it's come out, I believe?
The 8th year, yeah.
8th year. It's become quite the thing. Has it been really gratifying to see it go from what you first envisioned to the thing everybody in town is waiting for the first week of December?
Yes, incredibly gratifying and alternately terrifying. But yes, it's just amazing to see some of the scripts that have been on the list become movies and great movies at that.
I'm sort of curious about the origins of the Blacklist, because you're a fairly young guy, so I imagine it's not like you were a high-level executive when you created it, right?
Right, no, I was a junior development executive at Appian Way, Leonardo DiCaprio's production company, and I hadn't written any good scripts in a while. So I took a survey of my peers, about 75 of them, and asked them to send me a list of their 10 favorite scripts from that year, and in return I would send them back the combined results of all of their answers. And, I slapped a vaguely subversive name on it and went on vacation, and by the time I came back, it had been forwarded back to me several dozen times, and the Blacklist was born.
So, in your wildest dreams, did you imagine it was something like Hollywood Reporter or Variety or any other publications we're going to cover?
No, not at all. I don't even think I had wildest dreams for it. It was really just something created out of a need to do my job better and to enjoy, reading screenplays more than I had been at that point. And just the way it sort of blew up and it's evolved has been really incredible.
So it was kind of a lark that first year. Maybe is it fair to say like that?
I don't know about a lark. I mean, it was definitely created with an explicit purpose of finding good screenplays. I think I just didn't realize the extent to which everyone was having the same problem that I was having, and that there would be a real need for something like this.
So how long did it take you to get the first inklings that this could be something bigger, something that should be continuing every year and reaching even wider?
Yeah, I think my first instinct about it was when I came back from vacation and received it forwarded back to me several dozen times. And then I got a phone call from an agent who will go unnamed, claiming that they had a new client and they had it on good authority that it was going to be on the next year's Blacklist. Not realizing that I was the person that created it. So it was at that point that I realized that maybe there was a real value here as a way to shine a very bright spotlight on people who were doing good screenwriting work, and that there were benefits beyond just simply finding good scripts for me to read on vacation.
So I'm kind of amazed by that pitch right there, that this thing became famous and nobody seemed to realize it was you who was behind it, or is it just a particular agent who was kind of talking out of turn there?
No, I think it was for a little while it was an open secret. I mean, obviously the 75 people who I'd surveyed and sent the list back to knew that it was me, but it wasn't information that, was widely circulated in town, and there were definitely a large number of people that didn't realize it was me in the early years. I think since then, since I was outed by the Los Angeles Times, and there's been greater focus on the list, I'm more obviously associated with it. But yeah, no, early days it just wasn't something that people knew.
All right, so I'm curious about your background and what brought you out to Hollywood and how you got started in the business.
Yeah, I grew up in West Central Georgia, Columbus, Georgia, and it had never really occurred to me growing up that I would work in film. And I graduated from Harvard in 2000. I worked on a congressional campaign in Cincinnati, Ohio. I wrote for a newspaper in Trinidad, in Port of Spain, Trinidad. And then I was a business analyst at McKinsey & Company in New York. And I left that job in late 2002, not really sure what I was going to do, but was thinking about law school, and realized that I was spending all of my time either watching movies or reading about the film business, and figured I'd give LA a shot. So I came out to Los Angeles in March of 2003. Shortly thereafter, got a job as an assistant at CAA. Was there for a year, worked briefly for John Goldwyn's production company on the Paramount lot, and then started working at Appian Way, which is when I started the Blacklist.
So a little over 2 years from assistant to Blacklist creator.
Yeah, that's about right.